Yeah, I see it.
Yes, we have one.
I gotta show you something. You're having, well, you know, we can't get I gotta show y'all a picture of my green. This one's
You get points for that, you know.
Let me show you. 3-year-old, 9-year-old, and a 5-year-old. We have one every year. Every single year.
I haven't even borrowed that.
I don't know, we didn't think we'd have our daughter, like, they were anonymous. Absolutely.
Yes.
And they reset the timeline. We started very, very young and they waited there. So just to us the time.
Pure joy. Pure joy.
That's right, they wear us.
That second row.
I think y'all got to see here.
I like your t-shirt. If it was his and his. I know. And we did it. I mean, like, one kid, I said, no, we couldn't be in last week, but it's just the way it is, you know, it's only every week. One was canceled, and so it was like 6 weeks that we was doing, and so it just, our kids just happened.
How are you? Good. I'm good.
It just happened to fall and did. But, so this right here is our 2-year-old. 3-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old. We have one really good. Chris did. So you Chris did. So he wanted to know what these So I mean, like, just a little.
They have to make cases.
No, she can't see. She can come on.
Hey, I gotta show you something. These are all. Chris, I didn't hold us how long they are. Yeah, so it would. I do. He's pretty in it, let's talk
We got two signed up after that. But they're on the public. Okay, just want to make sure.
I
seen it. Yeah. But I don't think.
Yeah, I can just take the
Okay, sure, okay.
Not in this meeting.
We have an invocation by Commissioner Strickland and pledge of allegiance by Commissioner Little.
Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight. We ask for wisdom. We ask you to lift our community up. We ask you to help us find solutions to the problems that we face and forgive us of our sins. And watch over us, Lord. Protect our families, protect our children. In your name, amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of July the 29th and August the 4th.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I don't know if we would have to make a amendment to the agenda or change it. Can I change the order on the presentation to go ahead and get the track team out the way so we can get the rest of the people to come in and see? How would y'all like?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Because they're
so
not
that-
here yet, so.
So we're gonna have a certificate of recognition presented to the Baldwin Lighting Track Team for advancing in the state tournament, Commissioner Davis.
Is Coach Barry here?
He was outside when I was coming in.
Coach
Coach
Barry,
Barry.
Barry Havier?
He said he was going to get some stuff, he'll be back.
Can you go ahead and let the people, go ahead and let the people come
We
in.
just skipped there.
Okay.
We just skipped there.
How we all walk in there?
The next item on the agenda will be a presentation for the certificate of recognition presented to the first responder, for some people that did a first respond for the action taken during a medical emergency at the senior centers. There's 5 people that I want to recognize tonight, so it's a generic recognition. So I'm gonna read one, and then I'm gonna present the names of each one of the individuals that we're gonna do. This is a certificate of recognition on behalf of the Baldwin County Board of Commissioners presented to Jasmine Jackson, James Griffin, Mary Torbert, Deborah Hutchinson, and Nathaniel Mullins. And it states, and it reads as stated, in recognition of an individual who brought an unwavering dedication in the highest standard of his service while providing emergency health care at a senior citizen during a recent life-threatening incident, to highlight the calm response and quick action of employees of the senior citizens whose professionalism and training saved their life, and to express the gratitude of the citizens of Baldwin County for the training, preparedness, and compassion of the emergency health provider and care. And the director of the overview had gave me a call and said she would like to recognize these people that they saved a young lady life. Unfortunately, I don't know every name and the detail with it, but she saved a young lady life that she was threatening to have a heart attack, and they kept her there until EMS got there, and they saved this young lady life. I hope she's here tonight. I hope she's here. If you don't mind, you'll say, okay.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. If y'all don't mind, y'all come up and take a picture with us. Come up to the podium and take a picture with us. I didn't know that's who it was.
Hi, I'm gonna play, y'all get back before I push my chair out.
Lily's gonna want you to stand up here.
I didn't know that was you. Yeah, where you at?
I'm allowed. That's a good thing.
Come on. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank you.
Billy, can we get all of them in the picture? Wanda.
They camera shy, so they might not want to be in the picture.
Oh, how about on this side?
Oh, my goodness. You guys coming, y'all, come on. Yes, ma'am, that's my sister, first cousin.
Okay.
That's my sister.
Y'all just put your hands right here and send everybody on the good side. Thank you. There you go. Just tighten it up a little bit more. Man in the green right here in the sun. Just give it a shot. Great. Thank you. Thank y'all very much.
And here is where's
These fire department guys, we can take them out of fire department.
okay, this fire department guy.
City, should be city fire
Thank you,
department.
thank you.
One.
It was, Atrium EMS.
Okay, so
I'll
we'll
give
give
it
them
to
to
you.
you.
Thank you.
We'll give it.
I'll keep these, I'll make sure Bud is, I call him. Is anyone here from the track team?
No, keep moving.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is the public safety radio communication. Report on public safety radio communication. Manny Patak.
Chief, I think it's about 3 seats up front here. About 3, I believe. 2, I see 2.
I can get two.
Joy, Miss Joy?
Okay, thank you, Manny.
Thank you. You got your envelope? Mandy, I left you an envelope over there. I left you an envelope.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh. Over there in one of those seats. It had your name on it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like this, with your name on it.
Oh, it might be that one there.
It is?
It is? Okay. Thank you. All right, I apologize. Good evening.
Good evening.
Again, I'm Mandy Patat, 911 Director with Baldwin County. I was asked to speak here today on the Public Safety Radio System Maintenance Contracts by Commissioner Little. I've given you a packet. In that packet, you will see some cost breakdowns that I have done for the radio system. Public Safety Radio System was adopted in 2012. And that is what all of the public safety in Milledgeville and Baldwin County operate off of. So, as far as the pricing for the radio system maintenance agreement, the total annual contract price is $290,539.21. That has been paid by the county solely for years at this point. That comes out of the 911 budget. So, I have worked with Attorney Brandon Palmer, and we have come up with some intergovernmental agreements that I will send to you and for y'all to look at and see about adopting, to be able to start an official intergovernmental agreement contract with all the entities that participate on the radio system. So if you look at the first page, where it says pricing for Baldwin County, the fair way to do this is break it down by number of radios on the system. So total numbers of radios on the system is 476. So of course Baldwin County is going to absorb most of that cost because we have a total of 252 radios on the system. That's portables and mobiles, or in-car radios. The city of Milledgeville, Law and Fire have 110. Georgia College and State University have 49. Atrium Health EMS has 15. And the Baldwin County Board of Education has 50 at this time. We do include in the county, it's law enforcement, fire, EMA, and Georgia Military College in the contract that we drafted. We won't charge anybody that has less than 10 radios, and they have less. So it breaks down to a radio maintenance cost of $610.38 per subscriber radio on the system. So when you break that down further, you can see the amounts at the bottom. Baldwin County's total for 252 radios will be $153,815.76. The city of Milledgeville, $67,141.80. Georgia College and State University, $29,908.62. Atrium Health EMS, $9,155.70. And the Board of Education, $30,519. So that's a total cost sharing of $136,723.45 outside of what Baldwin County would need to pay.
A year or month?
That's annually. It's an annual payment. Okay. The second page, if you look at that, that is called our SUA plan. It's a system upgrade agreement. It's a 10-year plan that was signed to keep the radio system up to date. That provides upgrades for all of the software components, most of the hardware components. It does not include things like the microwaves, as we know, any kind of tower retrofits that have to be done if we're adding anything additional to the towers for support. Generators, as we run into that issue recently, AC units and things such as that. This agreement was adopted in 2018 and it expires at the end of 2028, which is something we would have to look at again. At that point, Motorola and I have talked about us being able to bundle the maintenance agreement and the SUA contract into one, so there's not so many multiple bills coming in differently. The cost breakdown for that I did again by subscriber radios and who has how many. Of course, Baldwin County is going to absorb the most, $31,137.12. City of Milledgeville, $13,591.60. GCSU, $6,054.44. Atrium EMS, $1,853.40. And the Board of Education with 50 radios at $6,178. That has never been divided. That has always been, since 2018, on the county. But again, it is to support all upgrades for the whole operational infrastructure of the radio system itself. Okay, on the third page, you'll see pricing for a Motorola Net Connection. The Smart Net Connection allows us to link in the fire department's old motor turbo system radio into the new radio system, and we do that for their fire paging. That's how we set the horns off at all the fire stations and are able to do the audio on their pagers and things like that. The P25 price at the time when we looked at it was astronomical, and this was the most cost-efficient way to do this. So that's what this cost is doing. The Millersville Fire Department has kind of piggybacked off of Baldwin County. As far as I can remember, as I've been in there, they operate off the same frequency, and do the same paging methods, things like that. So if you break down that contract 50-50, because again, this is functionality, it's not per subscriber radio. That totals $16,304.74. Divided equally is $8,152.37 would be my recommendation. Okay. I was able to obtain this letter that you'll see from Ralph McMullen, previous county manager, back in 2016, where he sent this invoice to the city of Milledgeville. And what I have been told by the finance department is that's the last payment that we have received from the city of Milledgeville for the radio system project. Is there any questions about what I have? I'm sure there's a lot.
I have a look. You say they sent an invoice 2016,
Yes, sir.
but we did this agreement on 2018 with the new radios.
Well,
What was the agreement in 2016 versus in 2018?
Well, the one in 2016 was the last invoice that Mr. McMullen sent the city of Milledgeville that they made the payment, the annual payment for the radio system. They have not made an annual payment since that date.
So,
And that's for the system as it was adopted in 2012.
Right. So we was not on the same system. We was on a system, we changed system over, I think, if I'm not mistaken, around 2020.
No, sir. We've had this radio system since 2012. We did big
2020.
upgrades to it, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, we did do big upgrades to it.
And one of the concerns I have, Attorney Palmer, is how will we be able to open up the intergovernment agreement and the service delivery strategy? Do we have room, do we have legal room to do this? And will we be able to get back pay for not paying us for during that time frame?
So, yes, you can enter into IGAs this is for the radios. The SDS form is for emergency dispatch, which is different than these radios, which is not just dispatch, but also when, an officer's on a call, something like that. So there's no issue as far as the service delivery strategy agreement goes.
So the worst case scenario, if they refuse to do this, we could just can we eliminate their radios and say we're not gonna pay for them? And, will we be able to end that contract with Motorola and say we're not gonna pay for radios that we're not responsible for? Will we have the legal?
I'm gonna have to look at the contract.
Okay. Okay, that's some of the concerns, the biggest concerns I have.
Yes, sir.
If they don't do this, how are we gonna lead the public in safety issue? Because I don't feel like the county should have to be paying for some radios for somebody else.
Well, I will say that the city of Milledgeville, Georgia College State University, they do purchase their own radios. So that part of it is handled by them individually.
It's just the network.
It's just the maintenance cost to run the system. Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what we'll be charging them for, the maintenance costs to get on our network.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And, there's an amount you'll see on there that, Mr. McMullen was charging them. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure that at that time it was higher because at that time we were only billing just Baldwin County and the city of Milledgeville. The Georgia College and State University was not billed because they allowed us access to their tower site on Highway 49, which is our primary tower site. Recently, last year actually, they came to me, Georgia College, and is willing to participate in helping us pay the maintenance costs.
Have anyone from your department, have they reached out to the city and explained this to them from the agreement and asked them why they're not receiving invoices?
Yes, sir. Sheriff Massey sent a letter in 2024.
Can the commissioner board obtain a copy of that letter also? So when we get to negotiate with them and the government agreement, we can have all our information lined up stating that this is what previously have been done and this is what we don't understand. I don't understand where
Yes,
we
sir.
dropped the ball and we not continue doing this. But,
Mr. Chairman, if I will,
okay.
Sheriff Massey operates the 911 system.
Yes, sir.
But it's your system.
Right.
It's the authority under the Board of Commissioners. He was asked decades ago from a previous board to operate the system on their behalf. So they don't owe, there's no money owed to Baldwin County Sheriff's Office. It's owed to you, the Board of Commissioners, and the Baldwin County government. I don't know where the ball got dropped from the billing from the Baldwin County government to the city of Millersville. We have no standing or authority to be able to demand payment as a sheriff's office because it's not our system. We operate it for you, but it's you as the governmental entity. It's your system, so your body is the one that should be in communications with the city government and discussing whatever payments that y'all work out. Sheriff Massey was asked by Ms. Hudson to send a letter on behalf of the commission, and he did so, but that was the only involvement we had in the request for funds.
Okay, and one of the concerns I have, in 6 years of being on this board, this is the first time I even just been aware of this going on since about 3-4 months ago. And that's when I reached out to the commissioner, can they give us a copy of the contract? So when I do negotiate with them, I know what I'm negotiating, but now there's some great information, Ms. Pataki, too. I appreciate that.
Copy of one of them that we have drafted
Okay.
up.
Okay, thank you.
There are some tweaks that Mr. Palmer would need to make, as far as the dates or anything like that. I very much do agree that we need to get these contracts in place. Should have been a thing the whole time. But yes, I do greatly think that we need to do that. As far as how they were being charged beforehand, I don't have access to that. I am unsure. I am sure of those figures that I gave you today, as far as what they would need to pay
And they're
annually.
great figures. It's something that I can start off
Yes, sir.
dialogue with them with, and I appreciate that. We'll
Yes, sir.
definitely be reaching out to them. And Attorney Palmer, will you let us know what the route we best need to take? Whatever I need to do to get a meeting up with the city, I would definitely do that.
okay.
All right. I don't have any more questions.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Really, clarification, make sure I understand.
Yes, sir.
The city, Georgia College, all these other people, they own their own radios.
Yes.
Everybody outside of EMS. EMS has a memorandum of understanding between them and the sheriff's office. We let them use 15 of our
So
radios.
they own their radios. The radio maintenance cost per radio is what it costs to just maintain that each year. And then the other page, second page, the 123 per radio is the software and all that stuff that
Yes,
makes
sir.
it work.
That's
Okay,
at
I got
the actual infrastructure, where we we underwent a very big upgrade at both the tower sites where we had to replace routers and switches and software and things like that. And that plan is very much, a good plan because it's spread out over 10 years. It lets you know how much you're gonna have to pay without me having to come up here and say, hey, we need some upgrades that are gonna cost the better part of $2 million.
I got it, thank you.
Yes, sir. Do you have a
Yes,
question?
so my question is, it's my understanding that we own the switch, we own this infrastructure and such,
Yes.
so, that has been used since this last payment.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Is it possible, Brandon, Paul, that, we figure out what we're owed? We generate an invoice, because I've heard this conversation of, well, we haven't been invoiced. We generate an invoice and give a certain 30-day, 60-day terms, and when this is paid, if this isn't paid, then you don't have access to the switch. And, I mean, are we able to do that? Because we're not really in a financial position to carry anybody else right now.
Yes, sir. In consultation with the colonel, we just discussed that you would have the ability to turn the switch off and turn off their radios.
I will say a copy of every one of those intergovernmental agreements were sent to each one of those participating agencies earlier this year, at the request of Mr. Tobar. There was no invoice attached to them, and I very much can understand why they have not signed them and returned it.
Mr. Chairman, the letter that Commissioner Little is speaking of, I support it 100%. I think we should send it immediately. I'm very, very supportive of that, and I do have a question for Mandy.
Yes.
I just want, and mainly for the public, but I think I'm right about this. By the end of 2027, we'll owe Motorola about $3 million.
For which project?
Well, cumulative.
Yes,
These
sir.
invoices that we have.
Yes, sir.
So just so that everybody behind you, they're hearing this whole conversation, they may not understand that at the end of 2027, we'll end up along the way having to pay Motorola about $3 million for what essentially amounts to mandatory upgrades.
Yes, sir.
And so without these other entities contributing, it's Baldwin County, you basically have services that are on this system that are outside of Baldwin County that don't contribute. So we're trying to right that ship. So again, Mr. Chairman, I'm very supportive of the idea of sending a letter and trying to get this taken care of as soon as possible.
Does anybody else have any more questions for Ms. Patek? If not, if you're done, thank you.
Thank you.
For all you do. The next item on the agenda be administrative matters, equipment lease purchase agreement. Okay. Yes, we're gonna go back into the presentation certificate for the track team if you're ready, Mr. Hayden. Yeah.
Sorry for being late, Commissioner. We're low in numbers. I just want to acknowledge our track team.
We have a certificate we're gonna read, just come up and we're gonna read this and then.
Yes, ma'am.
Certificate of recognition of Baldwin County Board of Commissioners. The Baldwin County Track Team is recognized for the Baldwin County Track Team for winning the GRPA Regional and State Championship, and to highlight the participation of each team member for their individual contribution to achieving the ultimate winning season. And we're gonna, and y'all want a pitch?
Yes, ma'am. She coming I'm gonna be short. I ain't gonna be long. I just wanted to acknowledge my track team. I was late. Don't put me on the spot. We had 188 kids to sign up for recreation track, and we took 144 kids to the district. We were first place in the district. We took 83 kids to the GRPA state meet. We was crowned several state champions, state runner-up. The kids did an awesome job. I don't know where we at, but it's supposed to be a bunch of kids here. But all these kids here was state qualified, district champion. And we were second. Yes, he ain't quite old enough. We started them off. We were second place in the North Georgia League meet out of 30 teams. Yeah. Come on, y'all hold it. Y'all get it down.
Yeah, you get on the
Come on, y'all hold it.
Hold it. You get right here, baby.
Get in the middle, little man.
Little man, get right here.
Get in there.
Put that trophy on the floor in front of you.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Put that in. Gotta get out of the picture.
So they're gonna give us some money.
Be proud. Yeah.
Hey,
There you go.
no, hold that trophy up,
Yes, sir.
just so we can see it better.
Let him hold it on the end.
Yeah, don't put it
Yeah, he's a track team member. Hold those up, baby.
I tried to get in there. He told me.
Between
right here, Coach.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Let me just see what it looks like.
Oh, you get up here. You wanna get up here?
He told me to move over there.
You wanna get around?
Oh, that's really good. Big smiles, okay, everybody? Once more, thank y'all very much.
Now, the next item, administrative, physical matter, it'll be the equipment lease purchase resolution R 2026-63. Interim county manager.
Yes, sir. So before you tonight, we received an invoice from Motorola in the amount of $1,139,674 that we are struggling to pay due to the crushing debt load we're dealing with right now. They were nice enough to refinance that number for 1.166710. So it was roughly $27,000 in interest between now and the end of the year. And this is one of 3 invoices that are referenced in Commissioner Strickland's comments of up to $3 million. This one's 1.2 in round numbers. We have a $600,000 invoice out there and another $900,000 invoice out there, which the $900,000 invoice, thanks to Miss Mandy's hard work, was now prorated over 5 years at $200,000 a year to help us try to get through these tough times financially. So kudos to her and her team. But this is something we got to do. We do not have the $1.1 million required to satisfy that note, and Motorola has worked with us to put it off until January.
And I heard so many numbers you say until January. So what were we owed in January? I heard 200,000, 600,000, 900,000.
So in January, you will owe Motorola on this lease payment $1,166,710. $1,166,710.
All right, entertain a motion.
Move we accept, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Pass unanimous vote. Next item on the agenda will be the drainage easement resolution R 2026-64. County manager.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Before you tonight, you have a drainage easement from a Miss Mary Giddens, who has graciously donated this easement to the Board of Commissioners and the airport for $1. They're gonna let us, she's gonna let us use her property to handle some of the water runoff. And this just needs to be, it would make the folks at the airport very happy that they could move some water around through her property.
Before I entertain a motion, I have one person that want to speak on this agenda item. Is Chris Barrington.
My name's Chris Barrington. I live at 141 Lakeshore Circle Northeast. We live directly across the street from Ms. Giddens. And that property already is flooding every time it rains heavily from the airport. I know the easement is, what we've been talking about is the easement, I believe, is so they can put in a drainage pipe into that system, into that property. Is that's going on? Okay, where is that water going to go? Because right now, that water comes right into us and it is eating away. Mostly the property is on my neighbor's side, but it's already killing trees. I had to cut down a tree last week where the roots have rotted because of the drainage issue coming through there from the airport. And just on the opposite side from where that tree is on my neighbor's property, that tree, the roots are rotting and it is dying, so it's going to have to come down. nobody's addressing what happens with our side, and that, some of that gully that wash that's in there is now 3 to 4 feet deep. And when it rains heavily, it floods all the way up to the top of the ditch. So, you know, I haven't heard anything that's, other than the fact that they're gonna work on that, but if you're diverting the water underground for her, where's it gonna go? It has to go across the street. The pipe that's under the street right now is only either a 10 or a 12-inch pipe. That's not gonna be able to handle the water runoff that's been running as it is, so this has been a problem. So, that's,
Mr. Chairman, I can maybe try to clear some of this up. We gotta get an easement before we can do any work.
right, well, no one's even approached us, so, but I know you have to get the easement for that.
So this is an effort to try to solve some of these
Right.
problems. So-
And Scott Dimlick is the owner of the property next door to me. And we've talked about it, and we're looking at, you know, no one's come to us to even ask us what we would like to do with it. You know, if they can have the easement coming through on us, that's,
I mean, do you,
but we want to do something, I mean, we have to do something with the runoff, and no one's even approached us to, it's gonna, if you're doing one, you have to do both, basically. Because if you don't drain that water off from us, we're gonna run into bigger problems on the end. And that lake, right now, we're slowing in, is filling up the lake at that area too, where it used to be 4 or 5 feet deep, now it's 1 to 2 feet deep.
I tell you what, if after this meeting,
Yeah.
we can exchange, if you don't have my phone number.
Yeah.
And we'll get together and talk about it, if
Okay.
that's okay with you.
All right,
But I
thank
do
you.
have a question. If we need an easement from you, would you be willing to give one also?
Well, you'd need an easement for us, because it does impact, we're right, it's the ditch that's running there is right on the edge of our property most of the way. At one point, it goes into our property, but then it goes right back out again.
But would you be willing to give an easement?
I couldn't hear you.
Would you be willing to give an easement?
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've already discussed that, that's why I want to talk about it, okay? Thank you.
I entertain a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? One of the concerns I have with this, because I remember when a young lady came in here and spoke on 125 Maple Drive, and she wanted to take care of her easement. We haven't did anything with that easement, so I will be reaching out to her tomorrow to try to see where we at on that easement. I know you wasn't here, Mr. Hawk, so I will be reaching out to you tomorrow to probably get with her and see about getting the easement. We had talked about giving her an easement to fix some property that was in disarray and bad condition on her property. There was some discussion around this board that I don't wish to discuss now, so it's very concerning. We can do it for one citizen in Baldwin County, but we couldn't do it for that young lady when she came here 2 or 3 times speaking to us. So if no one else, have any discussion?
Commissioner Hall?
Commissioner Hall?
Never mind.
Say what you gonna say. Come on, Sam.
Don't make it. You say you know.
All back now.
Well, all in favor?
Aye.
At this time, any opposed? I would have to oppose this at this time. Thank you. So pass 4, I didn't hear you, Commissioner Davis, did you say aye or no?
Nay.
Nay.
Say nay.
Okay, the motion passes 3-2. Next item on the agenda is the Motorola Flex subscription. Resolution R 2026-65.
So yes, sir, right now, this is to improve the CAT, and I will defer to some of the more nuanced. I'll give you the 10,000-foot view. So Miss Mandy's here to really drill down on what it does. But this helps the dispatch with the new technology so that they can use, I will say, the most robust technology from Motorola. And by doing this, our first year is locked in at 52,000.
Yes, sir, it's the cost of the current maintenance
So-
payment that we would make this year anyway.
So this deals with digital driver's license, stored in a smartphone and other wireless devices instead of a physical card during traffic stops. Georgia 2027 mandate requires every law enforcement agency in the state to have the capability to scan and verify mobile driver's license. This will help assist in that. So if you have more detailed questions, I'm going to hand this off.
Okay, never mind. All right.
So, the CAD, Computer Aided Dispatch System, is our operating system at 911. That's how we create all of our calls for service, keep up with our units, who, what, where, when, and why. They are moving to a subscription-based platform, or billing platform, versus the annual perpetual license that we do now. So in 2027, we're gonna have to move to this subscription-based billing anyway. By adopting it now, it will allow us to be able to secure this year's payment for the same cost that we were already going to pay for the maintenance on our perpetual license. It gives us additional features such as continuity of operations. Right now, if our CAD system goes down, we go to pen and paper. That's a lot to write on pen and paper. We have to put it back into the CAD system in chronological order. It's big to do, but we get it done. This will allow us a cloud backup, so we're able to actually access our CAD system through a cloud and input our information and still keep normal operations rolling with first responders and response to the citizens. It also addresses an issue that the sheriff's office has that's coming up. It's a mandate where they have to be able to digitally scan a driver's license without touching it. Now you can digitally upload your driver's license in your phone. They have to come up with a way, and I think Colonel Deason Mike can speak on it better, but to be able to scan that license that's inside of that phone without somebody having to physically hand them a license or the phone. The new CAD upgrade with this, us moving to the subscription, actually has this built in. It runs through our CAD app that we have that has a secure connection they have to go through. And it will allow them to be able to touch phones to, the deputy can touch the phone to the driver or whoever. It transfers that information into the CAD, dumps that information. It's not stored in the device at all. So it's not stored in the cellular device. Once it goes into the CAD system, it deletes it out. So there's no worries about it keeping that information locked into the cell phones. So it's this upgrade in the billing, one, is going to be mandatory in 27, and two, it provides different solutions that are going to better 911 and assist the sheriff's office without them having to purchase licensed scanners and things like that.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for Ms. Patek?
I know y'all are sick of hearing Motorola. I'm so sorry.
I entertain a motion.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Any discussion? All in
All I'd
favor?
like to say is that technology is wonderful, but doggone if it isn't expensive.
Amen.
The technology and expenses is the cloud. The cloud was expensive. But if there are no more discussion, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes, vote unanimous. Next item on the agenda is expenditures authorization. Resolution R 2026-66.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman and Board, you have three in front of you. The first one is a $60,000 order for Public Works. It is gas, diesel, and DEF fluid from now through the end of the year. The second one is Chambers Oil. It's an increase of $2,319.54. You had a purchase order that just ended for purchase in the previous quarter, and they went over by $2,000. And then finally, you have a damaged concrete claim when one of our fire trucks was forced to turn around in there and busted up a driveway, and this is to replace or to demo and replace the driveway. And it's an unfortunate thing that you have single-man engines. There was really nobody to ground guide the firefighter driver on the way out, and he would have had to back out all the way out, so he made the decision to turn around, and was the safest and smartest move he can make. Unfortunately, he just damaged some concrete.
And what's that cost?
I think it's like $19,000.
$9,501.75.
Did we get,
Yes,
did
you
did we
got three
get,
bids.
multiple quotes on this?
You did. You got three bids.
Okay. And, also with the $60,000 for gas, what do that consist of? All the vehicles in Baldwin County, or what do actually that
All
consist?
public works vehicles, yes,
All
sir.
public work vehicles, okay.
So that includes DEF, diesel, and gas.
Okay, we have someone that want to speak on, if anybody else have any more questions? We have, Mr. Maurice Liggins would like to speak on this agenda item matter.
Good evening, Mr. Chair. Maurice Liggins, 127 Sydney Bush Road. I hope anywhere, because I didn't see it in the packet, but I hope the board was provided with which funds this money is going to come out of and how much is left in each one of these funds, because it wasn't in the packet. So I hope you do have that information before you vote on this. And my second question to this is anybody having a conversation with the department heads to where you get a certain item, like this gas, and they get this $60,000? That's all the gas they need to use for the rest of the year. We shouldn't have no more overages. If we're in a financial crisis, as is being said, then gas should be budgeted and used in a manner till that way we wouldn't have no overages. So that way you got to come back and do a change order for another $2,000, because that can add up to more costs that's not predicted. I know, given my previous profession, we've had to do it, but there are ways to kind of manage what you got to keep from going over what you get, if that makes any sense. So
Yes.
I hope y'all have where this money is coming from, what pot, and how much is left in that pot before you make a decision to spend it. And put measures in place to that way these departments stay within the parameters and keep the money that they get and spend it wisely. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. I would say that one of the utilities is one of the hardest things to budget in a budget, because of the way that the cost of utility rises and falls throughout the year based on the market and global things that happen in global. Usually when you try to make a budget like that, you'll try to put a 10% in it to allow for those type of things to do. But the way utilities are rising at now, and the inflation and the tariffs, it's hard to do that. You try to manage those things and you try to make sure to do that. So, yes, I think we do that. And we'll be working on the budget probably in the next week or so. And I welcome the public to come out and be a part of our budget plan when we planning it. To come out and listen and hear these things and be a part of our budget. But do anyone else have any more discussions on this matter? Well, I would entertain a motion.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And opposed? Pass unanimous vote. The next thing is old business.
Mr. Chairman, still getting calls about waste management not picking up trash in the city. People that's paying city water. And I need clarification on it. If they have pay a city water bill, and I guess this is to the county manager, if they pay a city water bill, is waste management still supposedly picking up their trash? Yeah, that's what I understand, but I just, so many people are calling, I just need clarification on it to make sure.
You are right on time. Commissioner Little talked about this not 30 seconds before the meeting started, so I'm going to ask him to brief everyone
Sure.
on where we're at.
I was gonna bring it up in new business, so we can knock two birds with one stone. The very thing's been happening a lot in my district, so I've been working on it probably the last 4 or 5 days, and what I learned today is that the city does pay us it hovers around $15,000 a month for solid waste, but there's no breakdown as to what that is. So what I've been told is that the city pays for the county to collect the trash, and even from solid waste from the city customers. that pay their bill, pay their solid waste at City Hall on their city water bill, and then the city pays us, is what I was told today. I've been talking to Attorney Jimmy Jordan about that and kind of back and forth with Ryland and such. So that's what I know today, that I think the next step is we figure out what that breakdown is on that money. Is that tied to convenience centers? Is it tied to curbside? And then, and what that includes. So we're making some baby steps to get that. And I think Attorney Jordan was saying that he and Ms. Melba, the city manager, were going to try to sit down with Waste Management and get some guidance. Sadly, Waste Management isn't talking to Ryland, and they won't. So neither one of them really, I think, they're both confused about what they're supposed to do. And I certainly will give Waste Management some grace, because they used to pick up city and county, so they didn't have to worry about what a city route was or a county route. They're just getting it all. And then now that they have to separate that. So I think a little patience from the community would be beneficial, and we can, I think they're trying to get that worked out and figured out.
Well, I spoke with Walt today at Waste Management, and he told me part of the confusion was that Ryland said they were gonna pick up everything, and they just stopped picking up. So I don't know if that's true. That's his side of the story. So I asked him to go and pick up, and he said he would pick up those streets either this evening or by lunchtime tomorrow. So we really need some clarification and to get that straightened out.
Ryland did express they were willing to pick up. They were just waiting on some guidance, I think, on that as well.
Because it's added to the water bill. If you're city, it's added to that bill. For you county, it's added to that bill, so.
So where are we at? So people,
We
are
don't
they
know.
not
We're trying
getting
to
their
figure it
trash? What
out.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
are they not getting their trash picked up?
Not getting the trash picked up. People are not getting.
How quick will we be able to have these people answer to, cause I think we going on like 3 weeks, people not getting their trash picked up, so.
I spoke to someone in Old Mill Court. I think it's your,
Old Mill Court.
They weren't picked up
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, but got picked up today. However, she conveyed to me that she pays the city and a county bill, taxes, so you may know Ms. Davis better than I do.
Yeah.
The mayor lives there, so I believe that's in the
Right.
city.
It is in the city.
It's like I
They
just
pay
heard
city and
someone
county.
say they paying
Like
their
me,
bill.
I pay
Are they
city
getting
and county
reimbursed for their
tax.
trash not getting picked up?
Well,
Are they reimbursing them?
agreed, and I know that like Ryland picked up Allenwood and Greystone, and there may be some others. Are they gonna get reimbursed for, or they just gonna have to eat that?
Because when I talked to Marcus about it, Johnson, I told him, I said, no, don't y'all pick that up. Y'all shouldn't be picking that up. We need to get this straight. You know, it needs to be picked up, but if they're not, Ryland's not supposed to pick it up, they shouldn't, because they need to get paid for it.
This is something we probably need to put a little pressure on these people.
So
We need to know something this week.
if Ryland happens to pick up a Waste Management customer or account, or has to correct any deficiencies Waste Management left behind, they are keeping up with the weight tickets and their time, and that will be deducted from the final check I send to Waste Management.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm pretty confident with, after speaking to, Mr. Jordan today, that the city are,
They're aware of it.
kind of addressing it. They're trying to move forward on getting to a solution.
Yeah,
So.
because I reached out last week to a council person, and they were working on it.
Does anyone else have anything for old business? If no, next item is new business.
Some kind of way it didn't get on the agenda.
Did you get that appointment for Commissioner Davis, for the River Edge?
I'm not familiar with, I mean, I know you talked about it, but you need to think it was done after the budget was, I mean, after, the agenda was.
Mr. Hatchett is here. Do you have the letter that you sent?
I have a letter here, we have
Commissioner, okay, would you?
I brought my.
Or someone would have to make a motion and get
Yeah, we
seconded.
need to make a motion to amend
Amend agenda, right,
because this was done after the Senate.
right.
Okay. Well, I make a motion that we amend the agenda to add a River Edge appointment.
I second it. Is there any discussion?
I don't necessarily have an opposition to the amendment, or the appointment. I just know there was a lot of discussion on a previous appointment earlier in the year about procedure, and maybe some guidance, maybe from Bo. Does this fit under, as far as the length of time that we have it and all that
No,
stuff?
because it's an elected official that serves on this board.
Right, and
Okay.
I think the way that we can, when me and Commissioner Davis had this, conversation, that, this is, actually, I don't even think we have to make a motion of second it, because it was, this is an appointee by the chairman to appoint to this, board. If I'm not mistaken, I thought this is an appointment.
I mean, that may be
That's
correct.
how he did, and Commissioner, Davis, Commissioner Hall could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, it's certain people that get appointed to boards, they're appointed by the chairman. So, is that one of them? Do y'all?
That I don't know. I mean, there are certain ones that are
Right.
appointed by the chairman, but I can't answer that. I don't know.
Because in the past, Mr. Craig appointed me,
Okay, see,
you know,
like I said,
in
I
the
would,
past to the Oconee Center Board. And what they're doing is merging,
Okay.
so I'm just transitioning over to River
and,
Edge.
and I think this is.
I have no
this is one
problem
of
with
them
it
things.
either way.
If you find evidence that it's not correct, then we'll just have to go back and do it the proper way, though. But I think based on that it being that, the chairman had the authority to appoint the individual on that board, because that's the way it previously been done. So, I don't even know we need, I would like to have her appointed on the board.
Mr. Chairman, if that's the case, I would make,
Right.
outside of this meeting, you make that appointment and
Okay.
we, look at the ordinance, make sure everything's the way it is. If it's not, then we can just go by the ordinance and the gentleman
Okay.
can submit his name like
problem.
everybody else.
Well, still, if you have a copy of the letter, I would like to read the letter, and then if I'm wrong, I have no problem going back and correcting it.
It makes
Or
sense,
null
though.
and voiding this, and then both, if you can get me that information, but this is what I'm previously told, that it was appointed by the chairman, like certain things that we do.
I would not see why that would
Yeah,
be
you
the
can
case.
approach.
Yeah, sure.
I do have a question. If you're already on the,
Oconee Center.
Oconee Center and they're merging, why do we even need to make an appointment? Wouldn't you just fall into that?
Well, I think the motion needs to be made because this is a River Edge board, and so the Oconee Center no longer exists. And so,
that board's going away.
yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, that board is going away. It's no longer active. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you. I do have a letter that was mailed to you.
Right.
Provide this to you.
And I think I forwarded it to you, Bo, but we got so much going on, you might,
I think I might have had that.
I think we've seen it.
Yeah.
okay. I think I
Yeah, it
forwarded
went
to
to
everybody.
everybody.
So I'm just gonna appoint you to the board, and then if we find out that's not the proper way to do it, we'll do it the correct way. But I'm thinking that from what I've read and understanding, parliamentary, you can correct me if that's wrong after you research it. I know you're not gonna know now.
It makes sense, Chairman.
Right.
It makes sense.
So we'll
that you would
appoint
make the
her
appointment.
to the board.
Okay.
I'll appoint her to the board tonight.
Okay. Do you need me to say anything? Any questions about River Edge?
I don't wanna come there.
Just tell them who you are.
Okay, I'm Cass Hatcher. I'm the CEO of River Edge Behavioral Health, and so as effective July 1, Oconee Center basically has merged into River Edge and will now become River Edge Behavioral Health, who will be serving basically Baldwin County and also the surrounding counties that Oconee Center was serving. And so basically, Ms. Davis served on the Oconee Center board and has graciously agreed to serve on the River Edge board. And so by this appointment, we will basically on Thursday, we will basically swear her in to the River Edge board, and she will be your representative for Baldwin County as it relates to providing mental health services, substance abuse disorder services, and people with intellectual development disability. We will remain on the Oconee campus. We will do some rebranding, and we're looking to expand our services here in Baldwin County. We've already been providing services here already, but we're looking to really enhance those services as we take over from Oconee Center. So, any questions?
Now, where's the Oconee campus?
On Oconee campus was the old Baldwin High School area.
Body half, old body
Okay.
half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so we're looking to make some investments there, make some renovations, and really look to beef up the behavioral health services here for Baldwin County.
Well, thank
That's-
you.
Well, thank you. Get it? Okay.
All right.
Congratulations.
That was easy enough.
Davis.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The next item on the next item on the agenda will be public comments period. Again,
County
we have,
manager's
County
report.
manager.
oh, county manager report, sorry about that. County manager's report.
Thought you're off the hook, didn't you, Paul?
Just a couple things. We have been finishing up the final touches of the budget. We should have it all ready to be discussed next week. We are looking at trying to retire some of this tax anticipation note, which is a monumental task right now. It has to be paid back, that $15 million, by December 31st. We also are excited to have Miss Montana back. She's back after her family medical leave. She had a child earlier in the year, and now she's back and helping Miss Tisha. The final consolidation reports have been reported out and received by the tax assessor's office. We are working on the 5-year mill rate and setting the mill rate. That's all I have, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now the next item on the agenda would be the public comment period for non-agenda items. First one to speak is Ms. Elisa Allen.
Good evening.
Could you state your name and your address, Ms.
Yes,
Allen?
Mary
The
Alyssa
clock, we need to run
Pettigrew
the clock.
Allen, 608 Pancras Road.
And can you start the clock? Someone, you have y'all started? Okay,
It is started, but it's not showing up. It's still not working.
okay.
Okay.
Can
In the
you
way-
use your- Can you
Who's
use your
gonna
phone?
time keep? It's the 3 minutes.
Will it still go off at the end of 3 minutes? I believe so. Okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Um,
And start our time back over. I didn't mean to take some of your time.
Thank you. In the late 1800s, early 1900s, my great-grandparents settled on land on Pancras Road. In 1915, they built a house. It's the house where I live today with my son, who's 15 years old. I apologize, I'm very nervous. I brought a picture to share of my grandparents and my father on this land when he was a boy. This was taken in the 1950s. My dad, David, is 76 years old, and he has dedicated his entire life to this land. Due to health issues, he's not able to be here. He's not able to speak for the land that he has worked his whole entire life for. So I'm going to try my best to defend it for him. There is a proposed mining site at 531 Pancras Road, which is right next to this land. It shares a border of nearly 4,000 feet. In the 90s, when I was a teenager, we planted 100,000 loblolly pine trees on the land. They were just harvested a couple of years ago. And we replanted over 94,000 trees last year. I have many concerns, of course, and this is just a fraction of my story. Over the past 3 weeks, I've met many neighbors, not just in my area. In the other area, this also has the same situation or a similar situation on Avery Store, and also throughout the community. Everybody has a story, and we are hoping that you'll hear our stories. We don't have big money. We don't have big lawyers. We do have power with our votes and with our voices. And we hope to be heard with this situation, Pancras Road, Avery Store Road, anything else that may take away from the people of Baldwin County. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Allen. The next person to speak is Ms. Beth Pettigrew.
Good evening. My name is Beth Pettigrew, and I'm from 618 Pencrest Road. My husband is David Pettigrew, and the land that she just talked about is the land where we are, most concerned. But what I want to say here is that even though we share all of the same environmental and economic concerns as everyone who is involved in these quarries, there's a primary concern that nobody's really talking about, and that is the close proximity of the Southern Natural Gas Pipeline. It's the South Main Third Loop, the close proximity of that gas pipeline to the blasting site. The pipeline runs directly across the proposed rock quarry site, and Mid-South Aggregates has proposed a mining pit, a railroad spur, loading docks for trucks, roads, and buildings. These developmental plans all run very close to and across the Southern Natural Gas Pipeline. My research has found that blasting from a quarry can affect nearby natural gas pipelines through induced ground vibrations and stresses. The risk is highest when the blasts are close and they're blasting in hard rock or they're using large charges. In addition, I am curious as to whether the Southern Natural Gas Pipeline has secured expanded easements across the Weyerhaeuser property. This is a major natural gas pipeline which will expand across Georgia, Alabama, and into Mississippi. I have been in negotiations with the Southern Natural Gas Pipeline for over a year now for an expanded easement across my property, which is adjacent to the property where the proposed quarry is. The agreement that they have proposed for me states that I cannot build structures or roads on or across or over their easement. It further states that I cannot drive heavy trucks or large equipment across the easement. So then I ask, why will a rock quarry be allowed to drive and operate large trucks and heavy equipment across that same pipeline? The danger of explosions and gas leaks is a factor which must be considered. Thank you.
Thank you. The next one to speak is Ms. Melissa Johns.
Good evening, Chairman, Commissioners, Baldwin County. My name's Melissa Beck Johns. I reside at 441 Kings Road, but I have a farm at 475 Pencrest, which is about 0.3 miles from the railroad track and where this proposed site that the Pettigrews have been talking about. I'm here as a resident and a member of this community to respectfully share my opposition for this quarry. A huge concern that deserves attention that you've already heard about is the existing gas line located within this proposal quarry site. What protections are in place to protect us? What protection and emergency plan is lined up if there is damage to this? These questions deserve answers for all of us, not just for my safety because we're going to be so close to this, but everybody's safety. I'm concerned about the water table. The proposal quarry has the potential to affect people whose homes surround this area, our farm, our livestock, wildlife, all of the water that we consume. This is what we call home. We have a pond on our property that has a live spring-fed entity. I feel confident that will go away if this quarry takes place. And our concerns go further than just safety. Our roads, our homes, our farms, the infrastructure was not designed around constant movement of heavy equipment. We were there first. Families should not have to worry about increased traffic, road damage, dust, noise, blasting. This is a rural community. I support economic development. Lord knows Baldwin County needs it. But this must be responsible development. Not every type of industry belongs in every location. This quarry is not a need, as we have plenty of material. We have sites within 20-mile radiuses of Baldwin County already. We own a local business. We are truckers, and we use the rock quarries daily. This rock quarry will not help my family business. I'm asking you to please protect our rural roads, our natural resources, our property, and the character of our community, our homes, and our futures. Thank you.
Thank you. Next one to speak is Phyllis Miller.
Mr. Chairman, I'll yield my position to the next person.
Next person to speak is Barry, I think this H-U-N, Hun. Barry, what is that, Hun? H-U-N or? Look like a H-U-N, Hun.
Anybody named Barry in here?
Okay, the next one to speak is Cornelia Hedrich. And forgive me if I said your name wrong.
That's fine. Good evening. My name is Claudia Hedrick. I
Claudia.
live at 593 Pancras Road. I found out about the potential quarry less than a quarter mile from my house, thankfully to Miss Alyssa over there because we were Facebook friends, just happened to be. I was very upset to find out that my wonderful property that my husband and I purchased in 2020 with our 9 little acres that we were so blessed to have as first-time home buyers to be able to own in the woods on a spring-fed creek is under threat of a quarry. So I did what I can do, and I created a petition. That petition was created on August 11th of 2026. And here, as of 4:47 p.m., I had 235 signatures already signed on that petition from local Baldwin County residents. I would like to read what we put in that petition so that you understand exactly how we feel, because I took these feelings straight from the community and the people around us that shared that. Many families have chosen to make our home in this peaceful residential area of Pancras Road, nestled in the woods, surrounded by nature and tranquility along the creek. Our community has thrived with families raising their children in this serene environment, cultivating our land to produce food and nurturing livestock. However, the proposed development of a rock quarry on Pancras Road threatens to disrupt and destroy this harmonious way of life. This rock quarry poses not only a disruption to our tranquil existence, but introduces significant and potentially catastrophic dangers to the safety and health of our community. The property is situated on a gas pipeline, and the industrial activities of a rock quarry could lead to deadly consequences. The vibrations and disturbances caused by quarrying activities could damage the pipeline infrastructure, resulting in gas leaks, explosions, and significant loss of life. The rock quarry will significantly increase the traffic on Pancras Road from dump trucks, as well as the trains, due to the expected increase of train loads to carry 80% of the rock off the property. This can risk road safety and endanger many people due to increased traffic and potential wrecks. Moreover, the environmental impact cannot be overstated. The natural beauty and ecological balance of our area will be under threat. The noise pollution, dust emission, and the alteration of the landscape will adversely impact the wildlife that call this area home. The increased traffic from heavy machinery and trucks will strain our rural roads and potentially endanger pedestrians, including our children who ride their bikes and four-wheelers up and down that road. Local economies could also suffer. As a community that relies on agricultural and local produce, our very means of subsistence is at risk. The rock quarry could contaminate the watershed, affecting crop yields and the health of our livestock. This could lead to an economic downturn for many families who depend on farming and livestock for their livelihoods.
Thank you, Ms. Hedges. The next to speak is Desiree Liggett.
How you doing, Bo? 127 Sydney Butts Road. I am not for the rock quarry. I'm going to start off with people in this county have approached me in the grocery store, just out of everywhere. They say that they can't speak because of in fear of retaliation and should not fall, and their concerns should not fall on deaf ears. It is the board's job and responsibility to address all concerns, action, follow up, and close them out. With that said, there's been rumor of the airport being sold, the golf course being sold, animal control, and the rec center turning into 501c. People have been laid off. I just don't understand why it's so hard for there to be transparency, Chair, in this county. It's not that hard. We deserve answers. You guys should give us answers. That there is 2 rich families that run this county. They don't run shit. And I said that. I'm asking for y'all to please do right by the people of Baldwin County, because I'm not going anywhere. I will continue to come speak. It's my right. It's every citizen in this community's right. We are in America. I've seen places where they don't have rights, and this is not one of them. I will speak my 3 minutes. I will be back. I am concerned with the animal control because animals do deserve our voices because they cannot speak for themselves, and I hope the animal control is not one of the things that is on the chopping block to save y'all some money to spend, because the last 2 meetings we've spent more money and more money. I don't understand why Public Works or that department needs more gas money, because we ain't fixing any roads this year. We haven't done any projects because there's no money. So why are they exhausting fuel? Where is the money going? Stop spending. Just stop spending, please. I will be back.
All right, thank you. Next to speak is Pam Peacock.
Good evening, Commissioners. 196 Montego Bay Road, Pam Peacock. I want to share with y'all. There was a post in our No Quarry Avery Store Road, Save Lake Sinclair. I spoke about that last time. These are children walking down Avery Store Road. These children wait on the bus. They all walk together down the road. What does that mean when hundreds of heavy-duty trucks with these rocks on it go down these roads where the children are walking, where they're waiting for the buses, where they ride their bicycles, they travel to and from school? This isn't about progress. It's about asking whether Avery Store Road is the right place for this kind of development, and whether the safety of our children has been given the priority it deserves. Before approving a quarry, a community deserves clear answers about traffic, road safety, emergency response, school bus safety, and the impact that 100 dump trucks could have on the people who live there. Our children get only one childhood. Let's make sure getting off the bus is never a moment that these parents have to fear. I sent each of you an email concerning the hearing coming up next week. I did not hear from a single one of you. I am disappointed. These people's voices will be heard, and you cannot stick them back there in a room and expect them not to be heard. Because I'm going to tell you, as a citizen of this county, I will make sure their voices are heard. I would like a response to my email.
The next speaker is Patricia Lane.
My name is Patricia Lang. I live at 170 Emmanuel Harris Road, Creekside Apartment, apartment 1207. I am very disappointed in all of y'all. My grandmama said a fish rots from the head. If you're not gonna do your job, go home. We the people, we have the right, we have the power, we can vote you out, and all of y'all need to go home. Cause somebody's spending money somewhere, and you can't even do public transit. Nobody have a heart. You're cold-blooded. Nobody care about the sick, the poor. I am a poor person. I don't have nothing. So if I have to go to jail, I just have to go to jail. Well, you're not right. None of y'all ain't right. But what goes around, come around. Yes, ma'am. And it's coming back, because you got family too. You got a mama, dad, and brother, sister, children. What goes around, come around. And we will win. And we will have public transit, even we have to privatize it. It's not right, the way y'all doing the people. Dialysis and the cancer patient, we don't have no way to go. That is wrong, but you will pay for it. And I want to be here to see it when you pay. All the dirt you're doing, it's coming up, it's coming out. And I've been praying about it, that God will bring it all out into the open.
The next speaker is Gloria Butts.
Say what?
Your name is on the list to speak, Gloria Butts.
Who said I was supposed to speak?
This list right here, your name is on the list.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are we? I'm with Miss Lane. I am Gloria Butts, and I am with Miss Lane, and I agree with everything she said. All y'all need to tend to your business, what you're supposed to do, because that's what we brought you in here for. If you can't do that, unlike her, y'all get out.
The next speaker is Ashley Spear.
That's just my daughter. I just signed her now. I didn't know she had this. That's good. Me and her, we together.
Let's conclude the list. If nobody else around the board have anything to say or add, I entertain a motion to go in executive session.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I don't know if this is possible. I guess the manager and the attorney would have to tell us with this rock quarry. Is the way we can, maybe, I don't even know if this would work, if this would work for people. I don't know. But just a thought. If we could amend our ordinance some kind of way to say that we don't have anything of this nature within a 3 or 5 mile radius or of present residents. I mean, I don't know if that's something that would help. I have no idea.
Ms. Davis, I've been meeting with a group of folks in my district about Avery Store about bringing some options to present to the commission for some ordinance consideration.
Okay. And I also, I have this, Mr. Chairman, I meant to give out on the new business. These are some of the new laws that have gone into effect. I went to a workshop, and just when you all get a minute, if you want to look at it, it was very, very good workshop. You know.
All of these the same thing?
Yeah, all of them the same. And I have one for, the county manager has one, I have one for the attorney in case he hadn't looked at. And Major D, so would you like one?
Is it pertaining to the sheriff's office, man?
Laws, period. Laws, period.
I like to stay in my lane.
Okay, laws.
Thank you for the offer.
Laws, period, period. And, and I have some extra if anyone from the public would like one. And a point of personal privilege, I just realized in the audience, we have a former commissioner, Mr. Steve Pierce. Thank you for your service when you were here. We appreciate you. So, all right, I'm finished.
Mr. Chairman, also just I learned yesterday that our hospital closed the SNU unit, which is our skilled nursing unit, 2 weeks ago. And as we consider something like a rock quarry in this county, and it looks like a lot of our hospital services are leaving us. And that would be concerning, as we don't have a hospital operating that could tend to folks that got hurt in that line of work. Might be something for us to be thinking about.
We gotta say something. Y'all ever been to Rock?
Yes, sir. No, you can't speak up. You can't speak up. I entertain a motion to go into executive session.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Any
Aye.
discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
We are now in
No rock quarry in Baldwin County. No rock quarry in Baldwin County.